Welcome here, race fans, into the Myrtle Beach Speedway here in South Carolina. It is the Red Light Racing SK Modified Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As usual, it's a Muth up here in the booth, but it is a awkward day of the week. It is a Friday night, and well, we're bringing you something new with the SK Modified Series here with the Red Light Scrambler Series. It is short track racing on a Friday night. What more could you race fans have asked for? Right now, we have 11 drivers so far into the lobby here from this little bull ring track. And, well, times out there on track are looking pretty close together. Let's just take a quick drop down look at your running order right now. Well, I say let's take a look at it. It says in the pits right now here for a lot of these drivers as they have already gone out there. They have put in plenty of practice time with anticipation for the opening race here for the SK Modified Series. Right now, brand new driver to the SK side of things, Blade Timmons, right now on top of the speed charts here. Right behind him, it'll be another new guy, Chuck Sweeting. And then one of your Red Light Scrambler Series drivers, the 31 of Michael Trevarthen. David Camara is fourth on the practice charts here with 1:40 left. Rounding out your top five is Alexander Edelman in the number 8 machine. So we do welcome all these drivers in and everybody for tuning in out there tonight. We appreciate you coming in here on a Friday night and spending some time with us. But we have a minute here and 20 seconds left in our practice session before we head to the live qualifying session, which will be 5 minutes, 2 laps. Best man out there on track in those 2 laps, you got it. He will start from the pole here tonight at this little Myrtle Beach Speedway. But till then, let's play the national anthem. We'll be right back here with your qualifying action at Myrtle Beach.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Well, welcome back here, race fans, to the Myrtle Beach Speedway. The qualifying session for the opening race here for the Red Light Racing SK Modified Series is underway. And one of the rookies who had one of the quick times in practice is out here on the clock. That'll be his official first time in the books. And Blade Timmons right now has the best time on board and the only time. And he gets bumped real quick. But Blade laid down an 18.059 on his first lap. And Alexander Edelman right now has the fastest time. First driver into the 17 bracket. Alexander went 17.959. Blade Timmons went on his second lap there around. He went with a 17.991. Good enough for second quickest, but not good enough for the pole. Alexander goes a little bit slower. Lap number 2, Dan Butler in the Racing School machine is setting to take to the track out there. Turn 3 Racing Network machine piloted by the 00 out of California, only for a couple more days in California, we can call him anyway. And that'll be the 00 of Doug Ungari. Let's drop down your qualifying lineup. Doug Ungari goes third, quickest lap number 1. Looks like a 17.995 here tonight. So third quickest for the driver out of California on lap number 1. Lap number 2, just like that in the blink of an eye, is over here for Ungari. It will be a little bit slower. Dan Butler does have the racing school machine out there on track. He is on his first qualifying attempt lap here. Still has 2 minutes and 52 seconds as he comes across the start-finish line. It'll be an 18.134. It's good enough for 9th quickest for the driver out of Connecticut. What will lap 2 for him bring here? We already have 10 drivers out of the 11 have taken a qualifying time as Dan Butler comes through turns 3 and 4 for the second time here. And it'd be a little bit slower for Dan Butler right now, though. New quick time at the top of the boards. It is the 26 here of Chuck Sweeting. He is now the new top time, and I believe that's going to stand here and qualifying as there's still 2 minutes to go, but every driver has turned in. It looks like officially 2 laps, and Chuck laying down a 17.937 as he goes over the turtles, giving a little bit of a bounce to the front end of that car. That's something we didn't talk about here in the pre-race or pre-show here, but this track here from the Myrtle Beach Speedway, there are turtles down there in turn 1 to try and force these guys up the track a little bit. You know, it kind of shows them, also indicates to them where the apron is going to start. We're going to have to watch for drivers bouncing off those. Yes, they do have a quick repair in case somebody would make a little bit of a mistake and have to go to the backup car here tonight, but a lot of these drivers saying they would rather stay away from the backup car. Their primary cars that they qualified and practiced with all evening long are the cars they would like to stay with here. But you never know what will happen. Just one little mistake, you could end up just nipping those tires down there around the car go, and you could actually also end up damaging the oil pan here on these modifieds as they do sit so low to the ground. There is pretty much next to no ground clearance for the front ends of these cars because once they go down off into the corner, if they tap the brakes, you're going to see them, all the noses pretty much slam off the asphalt here from the Myrtle Beach Speedway tonight. Still got a minute left in our qualifying session, but it does look like every driver has posted their 2 laps here tonight. The 11-car field for the first race of the season. So right now we can officially crown the driver of the 26 here of Chuck Sweeting, the first inaugural pole award here for the SK Modified Series for the Red Light Racing Series. Don't have too much background on Chuck Sweeting. We have not seen him with the Red Light Series in any other series that they have run before, but he is out here to give it a whirl. He not only grabs the pole, but could he possibly grab the win? It's something we're going to be looking to see here, but as we got 20 seconds to go, let's play a little video here, and we'll be right back to bring you the live grid action here for your 100-lap event here from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. And just like that, welcome back. Qualifying is officially over. Chuck Sweeting is crowned your pole setter here for tonight. 11 cars going to take to the grid. 1 quick repair in 100 laps to see who can be crowned the first winner here in the modified division here on Friday night. And as all 11 drivers start to take to your qualifying grid, this is your official starting lineup here tonight for the SK Modified Series. All right, there you have it. Chuck Sweeting in the 26 will snag the pole here. To his outside, the man driving the Wheelin' Caterpillar machine. That'll be Alexander Edelman. Row number 2, it'll be the 23 of Blade Timmons, and then it's the California native of Doug Ungari, who's moving to Montana after this race. Row number 3, going to look like this. A pair of your Red Light Scrambler Series drivers. It'll be the 31 of Michael Trevarthen. And a brand new sponsorship on this SK Modified. It'll be the number 2 Safe Flight driver of Joshua Buckley. Starting on row number 4, it'll be the 97 of Don Coneman. And right alongside him, another new driver here into the Red Light stables. It'll be the 52 of Layla Christensen. Row 5 here tonight. And rounding out your top 10, it'll be David Camara in the tick-tocks. Clocks by Christopher, number 79. Brian Robinson in the 37 will roll off in that 10th and final top 10 starting spot here tonight. On 11th, the starting shotgun to the field. It'll be the man out of the racing school. It'll be the number 10 of Dan Butler. That's how your 11-car field will line up and take to the green flag here tonight for 100 laps for the battle here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. It's only a 52-mile race. There's not a lot of time to make mistakes out there tonight. Yeah, like I said earlier, you do have a quick repair if you were happen to need it. But we're going to see if we can just take this from the green flag here to the checker flag Monday night when your Scrambler Series for the red light division here did end up at the Miami Homestead Speedway for 100 laps, and they went green to checker, looking to repeat that here tonight from this little half-mile track. We're about to get going as we're going down the backstretch for the final time here tonight, with the pace car out front leading the field. That is, who will lead lap number 1 as the iRacing pace car does duck in here. There you see the field bunched up, 11 drivers about to take the green flag. Green flag is officially waving here on a Friday night. Short track racing action as they come up through the 2-speed gearbox, headed down into turn number 1. Inside lane there by your pole setter of Chuck Sweeting. Got a really good start there. Outside lane by Alexander Edelman. Dropped the position back. Blade Timmons has gone around him. Doug Ungari now stuck to the outside in Turn 3 Racing Network 00. Lap number 1 just like that in the books here. And Chuck Sweeting going to notch his name, not only being the pole setter, also will snag the first ever lap ran here on Friday night. Ungari almost up into the outside wall there on that 00 machine here on lap number 2 officially. He does gather it up. He does not shorten the wheelbase on the front end of that car. That could loosen things up if he would go up there and tap it. Lap 2 in the books now, and Chuck Sweeting started to open up a little bit of a gap, about 2.5 car lengths gap back between Sweeting to Timmons as they work down the backstretch here into turn number 3. Edelman also giving chase here to the number 23 of Timmons. Right behind him, though, he is pressured by the Menards 31 driver of Trevarthen. As you can definitely pick the Menards car out there on track race fans, and it will be the bright neon yellow with the neon yellow numbers, black quarter panels on the side of that machine. Dan Butler, who started shotgun to the field tonight in the racing school machine, he has moved up 1 position into the 10th spot. Brian Robinson right now trails the field in his bright yellow 37 machine. Everybody still within, it looks like, a little, call it about 3 seconds gap to your leader, as Robinson is the tail of the train for the time being. But things can change. David Camara is just ahead of Dan Butler, and he is looking to the inside on Christensen down here in turn number 1. Can he pick up another position and take the 8th spot from the driver of that 52? Can't get the power down on the Fox by Christopher machine, so he just falls back in line now, and he'll try to mount another charge. He gets a really good run through turns 3 and 4 here. Will he be able to dive to the inside in turn 1? He will not. It looks like the 52 is giving him the inside lane, but will he be able to put the power down? Tick-tock, laps are clicking off the clock just like that, working lap number 7 here tonight. And here comes Camara. He has now got the inside lane as he sucks up those left side tires right against that inside wall there in 3 and 4. But that outside lane carried the momentum down the front stretch. Still side-by-side of Camara, almost putting the left side tires of that machine down onto those little turtles down there in turns 1 and 2. He got away with 1. It was really close as they work up here on lap number 9 here now for these drivers. Christensen and Camara still battling it out here. This is the battle for that 8th and 9th position just inside the top 10, and it looks like Camara ever so slowly is nosing ahead. His SK modified here. He will officially now, this time by, have cleared that 52 of Christensen, and Butler now was thinking about going to the inside out of turn number 4, but he elects to just live for another lap. It is really early. These modifieds do have the new tire here on the iRacing platform. It is the version 7. So if you go early here in your 100-lap race, you know you might burn things up. So they are just willing to kind of sit back there and ride right now. Butler, the number 10, is shown in that 10th position. Joshua Buckley is up here inside the top 5 right now in his Safe Light Auto number 2 machine. He is following your 00 of Ungari, as Ungari is going to look to the inside there out of turn number 4. Looks like Trevarthen went up the track just a little bit. Trevarthen right now does hold that 3rd position. He is sitting about 1.5 seconds behind Chuck Sweeting and Blade Timmons. Both those drivers have started to check out the field. As you see, Trevarthen once again up the track a little bit out of turn number 4. Did he push too early here and burn up the right front on that Menards 31 machine? Everybody right up against the wall coming out of turn number 2. see how close these drivers get to the outside walls. They exit turn number 4 and go down into turn 1. We'll follow around here with Michael Trevarthen on this quarter panel camera. Oh, as Angari goes up into the outside wall out of turn number 2. That's going to open up the door. Here comes the driver of the safe light number 2 of Joshua Buckley. Buckley has the inside advantage now. How bad did Angari, though, hit the outside wall? How much damage is really done to that Turn 3 Racing Network Modified as he goes up against the outside wall once again there coming out of turn number 2. You know, you go up there and you hit the outside wall the way Angari did. It can put a lot of extra camber into that right front tire, and as the long run goes on here, as we are already on lap number 16 here tonight, you know, Angari could really start to wear that right front as he drives it way hard down into turn number 3, trying to make up a little ground that he has lost now to Josh Buckley. Buckley is shown in the 4th spot. Angari is shown back in 5th, and now here comes Kohnman up into this mix here now, since these two have been kind of battling it out for that spot. If you want to call Angari battling with the outside wall, possibly a little bit harder than he's battled with Josh Buckley, but now Buckley going to go up the track. He might have been into the outside wall there, I believe. It looks like there is a little extra camber in that Safe Light Auto Glass number 2 machine, so Angari going to take back his 4th position, and now here comes Don in the 97. Don not able to dive to the inside in his iRacing sponsor Black and White 97 machine, so right there you have 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, all within about a half second of each other, calling about, well, 3-4 car lengths between 4th to 7th. While all this goes on, these two drivers just out front for us. Well, I was going to say a Sunday cruise, but right now it's a Friday battle, as it looks like Timmons has started to close the gap here with Chuck Sweeting at the front of the field. Looks like Timmons is a little bit smoother on the wheel. He's going to dive to the inside here on the 26 machine. As they exit turn number 4, there you saw it. Chuck didn't even put a battle to Blade. He is going to let Blade have that top spot here on lap 20. So 19 laps here to start the event. Chuck Sweeting, your pole setter, led. Now it's Blade. What will Blade do as he now has the lead? Can he run away possibly and hide from that man right back there? You're riding on board, looking back from the back camera here, slotted on the 23 of Timmons. You see as he opens up about a 3-car length gap now. Back to Chuck. Did Chuck burn his stuff up too early? You're going to see a lot of comers and goers here in the early stages of this event. And your comer here, now at the front of the field, is going to be that 23 of Timmons as he leads his 3rd lap. 78 laps to go here in the first race on the Friday night here for your Red Light Racing SK Modified Series. No big movers other than what you just saw there. This is your closest battle on track. It's been the two that we have seen go up into the outside wall. Angari hit the turn 2 exit wall, and the 2 of Josh Buckley has hit the turn 4 exit wall. Even though Angari's hit to the wall was a little bit harder than what Josh Buckley did, but it did kill the momentum for the driver of that number 2, and he has had to claw back in to try and work his way back up to Doug Angari. Looks like David Camara looking to try and work under Don Kohnman back here for that 6th spot. He wasn't able to put the power down in his modified. Quarter of the way through the race here tonight. All 11 drivers still out there on track. Brian Robinson right now is a little, I don't want to say off the pace, but he may be deploying a little bit different strategy compared to the rest of the field. Right now he's about 7.5 seconds behind your leader of Timmons. Timmons is just putting on one heck of a clinic here tonight. These are your two closest competitors here as Camara shoots to the middle groove, and he's going to diamond it off here, try and get a good run down the backstretch. Maybe he could possibly get a little slipstream off Kohnman's machine. Not going to work down the backstretch, maybe through the front stretch here. It is a little bit of it's a front stretch when you think about it, race fans, but really it has a little bit of a curvature to the front stretch, so you're never really fully straight on the wheel. Let's see if we can ride around this track here. Let's go up here to your leader. Let's follow Chuck Sweeting here around from the in-car camera, right off the visor camera of his cockpit. That's how Chuck Sweeting is dealing with this little half-mile short track here, running in the second position tonight. Blade is starting to try and keep himself a little bit away from the wall, which gives Chuck that momentum that he's been looking for to try and gain back the ground. As you see it once again, Blade down the track a little bit, Chuck exiting a little bit higher, trying to use all the track surface that there is out there. Blade still up the track even in turn one, staying away from the turtles. They have opened up a 3-second gap right now over Michael Trevarthen, who still has Doug Ungari knocking on the back door behind him, and behind Ungari is still going to be the number 2, Josh Buckley. They have opened up about a 1-second gap over David Camara, who has got around Coleman back there while he rode on board with Sweeting. So Camara is your biggest mover here of the night, up 4 positions. He runs in the 6th spot. Correction, he is up 3 positions from 9th to 6th right now, and now he has about a second, a little over a second to possibly work his way back onto the deck lid of Joshua Buckley. Where's Josh Buckley? Well, there he is, right behind Doug Ungari still, just kind of following in the wake of the California kid. It's an East Coast, West Coast battle right there. I'll let you race fans pick which one's better, the East Coast or the West Coast for racing. I know what I pick. I'm from Pennsylvania, the posse all day long in Pennsylvania, but right now, doesn't look like Chuck Sweeting is going away off the back bumper here of Timmons. Last time by, checking the last time by lap times, they have fallen off about 0.3 of a second. Nothing too crazy here on lap 37, but your quickest car out there on track was the driver who finds himself out front. It'll be the 23 of Timmons, and then Sweeting was actually the 2nd fastest car. 3rd fastest car was, well, the man who is in 3rd right now. At this point, it's all about keeping up the momentum here on this longer run. Oh, Chuck Sweeting almost up into the outside wall with the right front of that machine there. Looking at it, Brian Robinson, who is running right now in the 11th spot. Let's see if we have a rear-facing camera. You might be able to see your leader starting to really come into the picture. He has actually one straightaway just out of that picture frame from our onboard camera. Looking back on Robinson, your leaders are running only about 8 seconds behind him. They are starting to really start to close the gap on the rear of the field here. Well, as we near the halfway point, 10 laps till we see halfway right now for Timmons as he works out of turn 4. Oh, I think he just hit the inside wall with the left front. That's something that you also wanted to pay attention to. You worry about the turtles down there in turns 1 and 2, but you got to worry about the wall in 3 and 4. And Blade Timmons last time by just scrapes that inside wall. I can't notice any more camber or toe built up into that left front of this modified. So right now we stay green flag racing, and now Timmons has opened up about a half-second lead over that 26. Sweeting checked up there because when he saw the sparks fly, he didn't want to wrap up and wrap both your leaders into an accident there. So real smart driving by the driver of that 26, who did lead your first 19 laps here officially. Now Timmons has the most laps led. We are working lap 44 here, nearing completion of this lap, so it'll be just 6 laps away from your halfway point tonight. There will be no halfway break here unless an unfortunate yellow flag were to come out. Let's check back here, though, as Doug Ungari has started to really reel back in Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen did have about a 3-car gap between him and that 4th-place driver of the 00 of Ungari, but Ungari has waited long enough as Ungari goes down the track just to let Trevarthen know, possibly looking back in the mirror, that, hey, I'm here, I've started to run you down. Well, what do you have left in the tires? If you don't, I might be coming through here tonight. So as we near the halfway point out there, race fans, who do you have? We got some Doug Ungari fans out there. Trevarthen, Buckley, and Camara shout-outs coming through as you see Ungari up the track a little bit out of turn number 2. Your leaders that pulled out to about a 3.5 second gap over these drivers have not pulled any farther. As you see Trevarthen once again leaving that bottom lane open out of turn number 2 for Doug Ungari, and Ungari closes the gap once again. What will he do out of turn 4 here? He has that 0-0 down to the inside, but not able to show the bumper bar. Ungari will drive a little high. Will he diamond it off? Will he get a good run? It's all about the momentum in these SK Modifieds. And right now, the momentum, the 0-0 definitely has a little bit quicker of a car. Not much quicker of a car, but he has a quicker car. He is there, but can't get around him, and that is short track racing. It's one thing to get there, but how do you get around them? As we are going to be coming here out of turn 4 here for the 23 of Timmins. It will be officially the halfway point here into tonight's race. Only 50 laps officially left on the clock here, as 50 laps are already in the books. It's been all green flag racing, as something has happened to the driver of that 97. Don Kohnman has been down, not down pit road, but he has been put down 1 lap to your leaders. He was running in the 7th position, and now he is running in the 11th spot here. So move Alexander Edelman up a position, Alayla Christensen up a position, Dan Butler and Brian Robinson has been shown 1 lap down. He has not being shown that he has been down pit road, so unofficially I cannot say what happened to Don. He was off on lap 49. It's showing that he had an off-track situation on the front stretch. I see it now. He did slide out of turn number 4, trying to use those rear tires, and that car went through the front stretch little grass that we have here. That's what puts him 1 lap down to your leaders of Timmins and Sweeting, who have now opened up a 4-second gap back to Trevarthen, and now they are closing in on Robinson. He has right now just about a 4-second, just under a 4-second gap between himself and your leaders. Dan Butler also has fallen back into the clutches here of Brian Robinson. Ungari still, as they work out of turn 4, has actually lost a position now, as I think Buckley may have scraped the wall, and that's why Ungari's going to go back underneath him. So now can Ungari kind of melt the charge in his turn 3 Racing Network 0-0. Oh, he gets a little bit of a bump from Josh Buckley there going into 3, saying, hey, come on now. So Ungari's going to go up the track, and he was close to the outside wall exiting turn number 4 again. Almost into the outside wall for the driver of Doug Ungari. That could have possibly been the 3rd time, because we didn't see how Buckley got around Ungari. We did, though, see how Ungari dove back underneath the number 2 of Josh Buckley. And so some good, hard, short track racing action here. Crossover after crossover. These two have been handing it back and forth. It's like a live grenade or a hot potato for them. So Ungari right now runs in the 4th spot. California bettering the Connecticut driver. Correction, not Connecticut. Dan Butler is our Connecticut driver. He runs back here in the 9th position because he just got around with the 37 of Brian Robinson. Dan Butler working as a driving instructor at the racing school up there at the Thompson Speedway in Connecticut, as it looks like he's going to go high. He's going to allow Robinson to come back around him. A special event coming up here on Friday night in February, Valentine's Day. Somebody's going to get a really nice gift, and, well, it's going to be one of these drivers here in the Red Light Racing SK Modified Series. Thompson Speedway is going to be the site for the venue that we're going to be headed on Valentine's Day, and, well, the driving school putting up a little bit of a prize. We can't disclose what the prize is just yet. You have to find out, or you got to go follow the Red Light Racing Series page over there on Facebook. You can just go to redlightracing.net, and that'll link you right over there, and you can get the information from them. We can't spill the beans, but what we can spill out front is these guys are just separated by a half a car length lead for the lead. Timmins and Chuck Sweeting right now running away here on lap 64. Officially going to start there. 37 laps to go. Timmins has found himself out front here for the last 44 laps. 19 laps being led by Chuck Sweeting, who was our pole sitter coming into tonight for the first drop of the green flag in your SK Modified Series. 11 drivers took to the grid here for the green flag, and 11 drivers still out there running. Coneman, though, is your only driver 1 lap down. Butler would be the next driver, and you see him right there. Robinson is just in front of him by a little bit, and it looks like Butler has possibly been into the outside wall at some point. So we'll see if that plays a factor into Butler falling back into the clutches here. He only has about, 2.5 second gap between him and your leaders before he would fall victim. And with 33 laps to go, if it stays green flag and your leaders still continue to put on this blister. Oh, look at Timmons sideways, so we're going to have a battle for the lead. Here comes Sweeting down the front stretch. He'll dive to the inside as Timmons makes one mistake and slides the tires out of turn number 4. Here comes the 23. He'll battle back, almost touching Nerf bar to the right front there down the backstretch as they race side by side once again down into turn number 3. At the line, though, the 23 is going to hold the point here on lap 68, who will lead lap 69, because it'll be 31 laps to go next time by your 2 leaders, though. Hard racing at the front of the field here, hard, clean racing as Chuck Sweeting will allow the 23 of Timmons to take back the lead. He will fall back in line and pace behind the driver of the 23. So just a little bit of a charge there by Chuck Sweeting, making sure that Timmons knows that, hey, I am still here. I still have some quick laps left in these tires. Doesn't go up there, doesn't force the envelope, almost making contact, but they race clean and they race on. 30 laps to go here, and your top 5 drivers look like this. Your top 2 right there, you see them on screen. It'll be the 23 of Timmons and the 26 of Sweeting. Right behind them by about almost 5-second gap. Now it's going to be the 31 of Michael Trevorthan there in the Menards 31 machine. Then it's the 00, the Turn 3 Racing Network sponsorship on the side of that car. That is Doug Ungari. And just a little bit further back, about 4 or 5 car lengths back, it'll be the driver of the number 2 of Joshua Buckley. And then, well, I say and then, but that is your top 5. Running in the 6th spot to be the tick-tock clocks by Christopher 72 of David Camara. Somebody we haven't talked much about, the driver of this number 8 car, just having a pretty quiet night. He did start inside the top 5 and has dropped a couple spots back through the field. It'll be Alexander Edelman. Right now, he's having a quiet night here, just roaming around. He is about 2 seconds behind David Camara and about 3.5 seconds over your 8th place runner of that 52 of Layla Christensen. So that is how your top 9 break down. Dan Butler has gone 1 lap down to your leaders. Your next one would be this 37 of Robinson, who runs in the 9th spot. And Christensen is not far out in front of this group either. He has about 3 more seconds over your 9th place runner. And now officially just 25 laps left here. Timmons and Sweeting still battling it out here at the front of the field as they work upon the lap down car here, the 37 of Brian Robinson. Robinson going to go high in his yellow 37. He will allow your leaders to have the preferred groove down to the inside in 3 and 4, and they will both clear by the time they exit turn 4. So officially now only 8 drivers left on your lead lap here. Nothing has changed through the field. It's still the same top 5 of Timmons, Sweeting. As you see, Sweeting looking to the inside this time out of turn 4. Is it go time for the driver of that 26? He allowed Timmons to lead the last 58 laps. Is it going to be now Timmons, or is it going to be Sweeting? Is it Sweeting time at the front of the field here tonight? Side by side at the line. It'll be the outside lane prevailing at the line. It'll be the 23 of Timmons once again leading his 59th lap here tonight. So he is officially locked in here for leading the most laps in your first Friday night race here for your red light racing. It's the SK modified side of things, and well, look at that. That outside drive out of turn number 4 prevails once again for the driver of that white 26, but he slides the tire there going down into 1. Can he cross over the 26? Right now, Sweeting has the lead, and he will look to lead off turn number 4 here to complete lap number 80. 20 laps to go, and Chuck Sweeting retakes the lead. He led the first 19 laps. Can he lead the last 20? That is the question that's going to be asked, as here comes the 23 again to the inside out of turn number 2. Will they be passing the lead back and forth? Can Sweeting find a little bit of grip to the outside lane? No, real close to the outside wall, but Timmons going to slip, so it'll be Sweeting once again at the line. 19 laps to go. Sweeting slipped off the turn 4, but was able to hold on to the lead, and Timmons got a really good run down into turn number 1. Oh, look at the hands are full for that outside driver, the 26 of Sweeting, but he'll still lead the lap. Actually, they gave the lap at the timing and scoring line to the 23 of Timmons, so he leads his 60th lap here tonight. Coming to get the 17 to go marker. Spotters telling these guys it is 17 to go, and it is go time right now, and your leaders are just passing it back and forth. Up the track a little bit for the 26 of Sweeting. He's going to lose a lot of ground here to Blade. Blade has that inside preferred line here. You see Sweeting come down the track, try to get as close as he can without touching wheels here in these open wheel cars. You touch wheels, yeah, they have bumper bars. They have Nerf bars on these cars. But you make a little bit of contact in the open wheels, as here comes that 26. He's going to try and cross over the 23. 23 there of Timmons throws a little bit of a block down the backstretch, so now Sweeting going to have to mount another charge. It'll be 15 laps to go at the line, and that'll be the 62nd lap here for the 23 of Timmons that he has led tonight. Chuck has did everything he needed to do right tonight here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. But the only thing he has not done tonight is win the race. 14 to go. It is Timmons. It is Sweeting have a 5-second lead, so it has come down to just 2 drivers unless a late race yellow comes out here. Knock on wood, we have not seen a yellow flag here tonight for your opening race here for your SK Modifieds from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. "13 laps to go here. Timmons has now started to open up a little bit of a gap. It's about a car length and a half right now, as you call it, at the line with 12 to go. Nobody else has changed hands inside the top 10. Everybody is still the same way, but your leaders are working up on a lap car about 2.5 seconds out there. You're going to find that 52 of Christensen. Right now, that 52 has to get on the loud pedal, because as your leaders come up behind him, that'll be 12 laps to go. Sweeting has now started to close onto the back bumper once again of that 23 machine. Will he be able to mount the charge here with only 10 more laps to go? Ten laps, not a lot of time. It's only 5 miles. It'll be less than that this time by at the line. As you see Chuck Sweeting trying to run a little bit lower of a line, try and find a cold patch down there somewhere that he could possibly stick these hot, sticky, wide tires of his modified and get a good launch off the corner. These are your 2 closest guys. That's why we have stuck right here on this camera, because look at it. There's going to be a bump from the 26 to the back bumper of the 23 there as they came down into turn 1. Sweeting had a little bit of a run on Timmons, and he's going to get another run coming down the backstretch. He hung that 26 right rear, though, out almost touching the outside wall there, coming out of turn number 2. This time by to be 7 laps to go, and look at Timmons. He runs down there closer to the bottom. Sweeting going to try and get that good run down the backstretch once again. Backs the corner up, diamonds it off. Not good enough. It'll be about a car length gap back to him down into turn number 3. As they exit 4, call it about a half car length gap, though, at the start-finish line. It looks like Sweeting is really getting through turns 3 and 4 a little bit better than Blade Timmons. Now it's going to be back up onto the bumper, just about, still about a half car length, maybe a car length at most between these two, as they will officially get the 5 to go as the flagman waves his fingers in the air. 5 more laps to go here from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. The opening round here for your SK Modifieds. down into 3 and 4 to be 4 laps this time by. I was watching the timing and scoring, who was the quickest car on track that last time by, and it was actually Blade Timmons, still your quickest driver out on track. Only now 3 laps to go. Just like that, they're still clicking off 18 seconds a lap here tonight from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Fastest time posted tonight by Chuck Sweeting. That was a 17.900. Last time by for the leader was an 18.141. This time by to be the popsicle sticks in the air from the flagman. 2 more laps to go, just 1 more mile of racing, and it has come down to just 2 guys with 2 laps to go. It is Timmons out front. He has led the most laps, 75 laps to be exact right now. Can he lead the final 2? Out of turn number 4. They're going to see 1 to go tonight, presented by Muth up here in the booth. So 1 more lap, half a mile of racing to go here in the round number 1 here for your Red Light Racing SK Modified Series, as it looks like Chuck Sweeting's time is running out. He's going to have 2 more sets of corners here. Turn 3, he comes right up to the back bumper. He's not going to be able to have a run. Your winner here tonight from the Myrtle Beach Speedway is going to be the 23 of Blade Timmons. Chuck Sweeting going to come home second. Third place will be the 31 Menards driver of Michael Trevarthen. Joshua Buckley comes home in the 4th spot as Doug Ungari stepped on himself late here, coming home in the 5th position. David Camara comes home 6th tonight. 7th is going to be the 8th car here of Alexander Edelman. Layla Christensen comes home in the 8th position. 9th goes to Brian Robinson. Dan Butler comes home 10th, and Don Coleman comes home in your 11th and final position here tonight, as your race winner is going to burn them down here on the front stretch. Rightfully so, leads the most laps, 77 laps in dominating fashion here by the driver of the 23. He's going to burn them down, and we're going to step away here to get your post-race interviews here tonight for your SK Modified Red Light Racing Series. Don't go anywhere. Hear how Blade Timmons walked away here with Chuck Sweeting tonight. And welcome back here to the Myrtle Beach Speedway race, fans. Race number 1 here of the season. The first 100 laps were here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway, and it is officially over. We have crowned a winner for the first race, and leading 77 laps here, the driver of the 23, Blade Timmons, is your winner. We have caught up with your winner here in Victory Lane. Blade, it came down to just a 2-car battle between you and Chuck Sweeting, and you guys passed it back and forth a handful of times, but you come out on top here tonight. How did this machine handle out there for you?
Oh man, it handled great for about the first 60 or 70, but after that started dwindling down, kept getting loose coming out of 4, and that's where he was getting his big runs. He was beating me on every exit, but especially when I got loose, and that's when we started, both times I got loose coming out of 4, we started battling side by side for the lead.
Yeah, you guys came out side by side a handful of times there out of turn number 4. It really seemed like Chuck had turn 3 and 4 actually a little bit better than you. But as you got to the outside lane there, you were forced there. Did you have a lot of grip out there, or were you just pretty much hanging on at that point?
Man, every time he challenged me on the inside and I was stuck on the outside, believe it or not, man, I felt like I couldn't believe as how fast I was. I mean, it was crazy. I just tried to give him the best battle I could. I thought he was going to end up winning that inside battle versus outside, but I just kept trying to put it in the gas earlier, and hopefully it stuck. Or it's stuck.
Yeah, I have that problem up here in the booth every once in a while. Things stick. But hey, you know what? it was a really good showing for you here for the first race tonight here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Congratulations on winning this one. Is there any shout-outs or any sponsors you have to give, here tonight from Victory Lane?
No sponsors, but I'd like to thank Josh for putting on the hosted race and running a tight league. I appreciate everything he does for us.
Well, there you heard it from your winner here tonight, Blade Timmons. He leads 77 laps here out of the 100 that were scheduled. Coming home in second here tonight was the driver of that 26 machine, Chuck Sweeting. He led us to green flag. He led the first initial lap, but he was not able to lead the last one. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little short for him. So the 26 of Chuck Sweeting coming home P number 2 here tonight. We've also caught up, though, with the man who comes home in your third position, Michael Trevarthen. Mike, it's a long way from Monday night at the Scrambler Series. We're all the way here on a Friday night with open wheel SK Modifieds. Did anything translate from your Monday truck race with the SK, or with the Scrambler Series to these SKs?
No, the Modified's a different animal. Hats off to Blade and Chuck, man. They were gone. Ran a great race there. Had a couple guys behind me there hawking me down, and abused the right front a little too early, and tried to cool it down, and every time I'd cool it down, they'd get back to me, and then I'd pull away again. But yeah, great race, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty calm race, actually. You did have the pressure, you said, from Doug Ungari and Josh Buckley for a majority of the race, but there towards the end, those two started to battle it out behind you. When you saw them battling it out, did you think you could just run away?
Yeah, with the laps ticking down, it seemed like that was playing out in my favor there. Kind of stretched out a little over half a second, and that would have been hard to make up with 10:15 to go. So, yeah, but out of my windscreen, I seen nothing. Those guys were gone.
Yeah, they actually, they at the end of this, it looks like the timing and scoring official number from Blade back to you will read as about a little over 6 seconds. So they pulled. But what do you think about heading forward here on a Friday night? Next Friday night, we head to the Bull Ring out in Las Vegas. Do you think you have a chance out there? How many laps have you ever turned in an SK Modified at the Bull Ring in Las Vegas?
That would be 0. This is actually my only second time at Myrtle Beach. So like I said, a lot of these tracks on the schedule are new territory for me, especially in the SK mod, which I've never run before. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, don't lie. You ran it before. I've been out there on track, and we found each other a time or two. But hey, I'm not out there tonight for you to find. That's why we went caution-free. Mike, but who do you got to thank for coming home on the podium here tonight? It's a third-place strong finish in your season opener.
Definitely want to give a hats off to my wife for, let me sit in the rig for all the seat time throughout the week. Because I know she puts up with it. Hats off to Josh, putting on a great league here at Red Light. And, of course, Muth in the booth, one of the awesome broadcasters out there. I love watching it, bro.
Well, now my head just came a little bit bigger from Michael Trevarthen giving me the shout-out. I feel like I'm almost famous or something up here, just the guy that talked into the microphone. But, hey, congratulations, Mike, here. Go celebrate your third-place finish. We'll see you Monday night with the Scrambler Series.
All right, brother.
Well, there you heard it from your winner tonight and your third-place finisher. Unfortunately, not being able to get a word in with the second-place man here tonight of Chuck Sweeting. But congratulations to Chuck also and all these drivers putting on one heck of a show. It went green for 100 laps here from your Myrtle Beach Speedway. You heard us talk about it. We are going to head over to the Bull Ring at Las Vegas next week. Unfortunately, we're not coming live with that race from the Bull Ring in Las Vegas, so you have to catch all the updates and live news coming out of the Red Light District. You'll find that over at theredlightracing.net. Next time, we will catch you live here with the Red Light SK Modified Series. Will be on Valentine's Day, February the 14th here in 2020. We will be racing from the Thompson Speedway, and well, look, like I said, over there on the Red Light page, you will be able to find some really interesting facts about that race coming up here in the next couple of weeks. It's one of those races, race fans, you will not want to miss. It may have been only 11-car field here tonight, but that number is sure to grow when the field finds out what they're going to be racing for at the Thompson Speedway. But that's going to about do it here from the Myrtle Beach Speedway in South Carolina. Your Turn 3 Racing Network going to be signing off here for the week. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, along with the Red Light Racing Series, bringing out the SK Modifieds for the first time ever here on a Friday night. and it went green flag, 100 laps. Come back in just a couple of weeks and find out if they're able to do it again from the Thompson Speedway.